Hello and welcome back to part 3 of my Bechstein restoration project. I already showed you some steps in the early videos about this Bechstein 5 from 1897. It's 2 meters long and I'm doing a full restoration. So let's see the progress. What we see first here, the keys have been totally made. I bleached them twice because they were very yellow, and several of these keys are new. I changed the plates or I glued them on again. So important is that here the line is not too visible, and also you should not feel it. It's disturbing by playing. So that's here very good, and also the keys are quite white now. Then also I put in new hammers. What's very important on new hammers is that you have, of course, the right distance from the shank to the top, because this determines the angle in which the string is hit. The total size of the hammer is also important, but you can order the hammers a little bit smaller if you want to have not so much weight. But here we have the exact size and the exact distance, the exact angle. But I also ordered it mahogany wood because it's lighter, and we have always problem of too much weight in these old pianos because these old parts were not so heavy. The green felt is Bechstein color, and these are Abel hammers, and they are quite hard, so I'm still intonating. But the goal is to have it too hard and then soften it, because the other way around is not so easy. Then I already talked about the shanks. They are original. Many restorers just changed them without thinking, but I have the experience that if you have new shanks you will have more problems. They get too heavy and then the shanks are not good. So they are, you see, they hold perfect and the axes are perfect, so they are approved. You know, never change a running system, and I don't see any reason to change them, because I mean, why spend another 1,000 francs for nothing? Here we see the hammers have been glued with bone glue, as I always do, especially on restoration hammers. The bone glue is very hard here, you see, very hard. So it has a very big cohesion. It's very durable, and finally, but it can be removed because the cohesion is bigger than the adhesion. Okay, so that's the mechanic. Then of course I weighted the keyboard. So I now have a down weight of 55 throughout the whole keyboard. You think perhaps 55 is too much? Steinway has 50 or 47. But it doesn't mean that this is a heavier keyboard, because the steady weight is only one parameter of the feeling of the, because this action has a lower acceleration. Steinway has here about 9.5 to 47, and here we have 11 to 47. So we have a other acceleration ratio. So we have a higher steady weight but a lower acceleration. That gives it the feeling of a lower weight, and also makes it very controllable. It's really, you have really the feeling that you are directly connected to the piano. And all the values, of course, it's regulated. As you see, the drop is perfect. It's going up, down. The let off is also regulated, of course. Then here the blow distance I set to 47, and also the springs, you see, it goes up nicely. This should not be too much, it just should go up like this, not too much because then it's hitting the string again. Okay, this is what's to say about the mechanic. Of course, I also did some other stuff. Now we look at the inside of the piano. We see the restored soundboard, and here finally the logo I did. And now let's see if we can read this. If we can read this, Oni Swaki Mali Pense. So that's as good as I could get it. And you see this soundboard is very nice here, the repairs almost invisible and perfectly. Also the bridges came out really beautiful. Now let's talk about the bridge pressure. I thought you that we had quite low bridge pressure. To the front side we had a lot. That's totally okay. You see, or here we see that the string goes up to the bridge here. So we have a good bridge pressure here. On the back side we didn't have any bridge pressure before. But if we see now, it's really there. So that's because of two things. I had to lower the plate a little bit here and here because it was anyway too high here in comparison to there, and also because I shimped the soundboard, it came up a little bit. Now we have perfect pressure because, as I said, I don't want too much. I want just a little bit here because the piano is singing much better. Okay, and here the frame was painted as usual with the gold powder and shellac. So I use this old method. Sometimes I use also modern lacquer, but I prefer this original style. Then here we see the new strings and the new pins. The original pins were, I said 6.9, and now we have 7.1, and they are 2 millimeters longer. But the holes, I just re-drilled the holes a little bit, but I didn't drill it through. Sometimes you see that they drill through the pin block, but that's not, I don't think that's good. Okay, so now, and the dampers, you see they are new. I repainted the dampers and they're new felts. As you see here, these are the base dampers, they're not in. So I put the felts off. Then you can put it together and then just sand it and then we paint it, and they look really like new, so there's no need to buy them new. So we have the original dampers and just here the new damper felts. They have to be, they're okay regulated but not perfect. They have to be finely regulated again, but they are working now. So unfortunately the new bass strings are not here yet. I don't think. I hope they come next week. Here we see the new felts. As I always say, really please take the original color. Don't paint your Ferrari purple. This is the color for Bechstein before 1900, so take this color, not red, please don't. Okay, we have here this really nice new felts here also. So, but we can already listen a little bit to the treble, and as you hear, it's very powerful. I changed the string thickness here sometimes, and I also took parallel O strings here. So let's listen how it sounds. So we have typical Bechstein brilliance and very powerful, and as you hear, it has to be softened a little bit here. Hammers are still too hard. Here I already intonate a little bit, but as I said, it feels so great, so precise. It's 55 grams So we're looking forward for the next video. Also the case work is here. I sanded it. I'm polishing now. It's a third layer now. Here also I polished with shellac. Here the screws of course are polished. So soon it will be finished. Thank you for watching.